the specific motives?
Of course, is to silence them and to stop them from telling the public what is happening. If you silence the media, what or where will the public get information? So basically the motive is simple, is to censor or force them to self-censor. The public needs to know what is happening, even in political events. And let's remind the public that journalists are not participants in political activities. We are merely purveyors of information. So when you attack us, you're attacking the wrong people. Yeah? So we need to know, even when we go to an event, we are not there to take sides. We are there to cover those activities. Yes, so we are not players in political activities.
We're just messengers.
Yes,
you cannot beat the messenger.
Yeah.
But Becky, I'd love to, we should have started with this. Your role, as the Media Council of Kenya, just, for the benefit of the journalists who are watching, to know if at all they can call Becky right now if they are attacked when, covering stories, and they'd actually get help. The manager, Press Freedom and Advocacy. What do you do at that particular desk?
So primarily, our goal is to ensure that, or our role, or my role in particular, is to ensure the protection and safety of journalists. At the same time, we have to also ensure that there is access to information by journalists, and this access to information, of course, now cascades down to the public. When journalists have access to information, then the public also are an informed electorate. We merely or simply operate under the 3 Ps, that is prevent attacks against journalists, as well as promote the safety and security of journalists. We prevent, we call for prosecution, and as well as work with other stakeholders to ensure that the media works in an environment that is free of intimidation and harassment. Yes.
Is that environment free currently? And of course, I do not want to jump into conclusions, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Is that environment free and fair, and free from intimidation, as you put it, and as your desk wants to make the space look like for journalists?
Oh, so I'll start with the ideal situation. The media needs a free environment to operate, a free environment where they can do their work without fear of intimidation. Of course, we cannot say that the media is not free. We are free to a certain extent, but we are seeing those freedoms coming increasingly under threat. Yes, as we go towards the election. Yes.
Where exactly is the system failing, or who is failing journalists? Who should we blame? When journalists are intimidated, we are afraid that when we go to specific areas that will be attacked in these areas. Who is failing the system?
That's a good question, Anne. And I don't think there's a straightforward answer to it, other than to say that press freedom is guaranteed not only under the Constitution, but also other international obligations. So when there are political activities and people plan to attack journalists, and we know some of these sponsors sometimes have a lot of money, and even are politicians themselves. When a politician plans and orchestrates violence against a journalist, they are a threat to the journalist. But as we know, there are very many forces that sometimes come against journalists. Of course, there are those who are very keen on inflicting physical assault on journalists. There are those who are keen on ensuring that we don't operate by putting in place laws or pushing for laws that are not conducive to a free media. So basically, to answer you, anyone who is keen on silencing the media is an enemy of the press. Whoever they are in whatever position. Yes.
You know, I have a very concerned